All right, welcome back. Under the rug, Chrissy is off today. Unfortunately, yeah, Chrissy, I called her, she was feeling, she cut her show yesterday.
I see her at Burger King.
Yeah, she was feeling a little down yesterday, so I called her today, said, you feeling all right? You know what, you could take the day off if you want to. She said, good, I can get my nails done anyhow. I rather do that anyway.
Ducking.
Yeah, that's how she go. But Jay Isaacs is here, he made it. And we have two special guests in the building because, this week I saw some posts, some very disturbing posts. And it's something that I never knew about. And I said that more people need to learn about this because apparently it's affecting lots of people in this area. And there's nothing that's being done about it. So we have Dawn and Raeh Williams here. Dawn has been, none of y'all been on this one before. No, you've been on Entrepreneur. Okay, for the first time under the rug, we have Dawn Williams and Raeh Williams, his lovely wife. And they have been going through some serious issues out in their area. So could you guys please introduce yourselves and let us know the issues that you're having in your area.
All right, I'll go first. Or you want to go first?
And speaking to the mic as best as you can.
Speaking to the mic.
Yes.
All right, I'm Dawn Williams. This is my wife, Raeh Williams.
Hi, I'm Raeh Williams. This is my husband, Dawn Williams.
So we've been going through the issue of an actual coal production plant being, I would say, probably about 4 lots away from our backyard. As a result, the air pollution has been tremendous. You think the dump smoke is bad, we get it every day now. So even though the persons in, say, Tall Pines are fine, or they can manage, we can't.
Which area is this that you're in?
Oh, this is Golden Isles.
Golden Isles. That's a wide area.
Golden Isles.
The thing is, we are between Excellence Gardens and I think it's called Lazaretto Road. And where we are, honestly, the subdivision that we're in, there's only 4 pieces of property that are developed. So it's 2 of us on this side, 1.5 on the other side because one ain't finished. And like the south of us and the west of us is just bush.
Wow.
So we in between a lot of communities, but our actual neighborhood is just 4 of us.
Now, when you said it's a coal production plant. Now, there's a bootleg plant or there's an official owned by a big company type of plant? What kind of plant is it?
We are talking a large-scale operation.
It's large, but it's a bootleg.
A large bootleg?
Bootleg operation.
Yeah.
Wow. So no one knows who is in charge or who owns it or like
someone knows, but nobody wants to say.
Someone
have to know. I mean, obviously, they're making money.
Right.
Right? So somebody know.
And what are the actions that you have taken thus far? First of all, how long have you been dealing with this issue? When did this plant pop up? And what are the actions you've taken since this plant has been in production?
Well, Dawn could tell you about the actions, but this has been an issue for a long time. But I'll say that we didn't pick up what was going on because the dump was always on fire, right? So anytime you smell the smell in the air, you would figure it's the dump. And I know there was a time when even west of us, like Daniela, one time when she had to visit the doctor, he lives in the Venetian, which is out there behind Solomon's Fresh Market.
Yeah.
And he said that he has like that bad air and that smoke sometimes too. So we always thought it came from the dump for the longest, for probably over a year. We would have this smoke sometimes in the night. And so because you can't see the smoke anywhere around us, because you can't really see it, it's not like out the window in the night, you can't see it, so we always thought it came from the dump. And after the last big fire that they had in March, Daniela was extremely sick. And after like the fires were finally under control and we've been going back and forth to the doctor, we started to pay attention every time we smelled smoke. We tried to pinpoint which windows it was coming in, and that's when Dawn realized that it ain't the dump. It was this smoke. We see these little slivers of smoke like far off in the distance. So we've been dealing with it and didn't know we was dealing with it. We thought it was the dump all along, and even though the dump was huge, we just recently, probably the beginning of this year, they had the fire at March. I think it was right before election, right?
So much
it was right
like
before
March. So
April,
I'd say
around
March is when we realized what was going on in the back there. We thought it was, even sometimes we used to think it was like the neighbor probably burning garbage or something. But we never realized.
You really couldn't tell.
Smoke is smoke. And when you discovered this, hold on now, this smoke a little different. What did you do when you saw that? What was the action after that?
Well, before that, one of our indications as well was when we had the hurricane.
Okay.
So in the middle of all of this bush that we had, the hurricane pushed all of that down, and it actually destroyed their very first operation.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's really a bush shark thing.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Like where we live, honestly, we have neighbors to the east of us, but to the west of us, and to the south, like from between us and Cowpen Road, and even between Cowpen Road and the ocean, there might be one or two structures. Sorry, there might be one or two structures,
Yeah,
but it
'cause I
really
know on the
ain't.
Cowpen side, a lot of that is farm.
Yeah, so we're on the north of Cowpen, and it really just ain't much there. Excellence Gardens is a government subdivision. It's on the immediate east of us, and then there's us. And our subdivision, that's another issue, another government issue, but...
What's this government issue?
Man,
Speak.
Tell me, man, please.
Speak.
I want to know.
The struggle is real. So, I can try and make it short. The developer, he went to the back door to get his subdivision approval. So I purchased the lot. He didn't have any roads down. He put in the sales agreement that the roads would be completed, all kind of stuff. Never done. So I went to the Ministry of Works because I'm like, I can make this deal with this. And then I find out when I get to the Ministry of Works, this isn't even approved. Right? But he's selling lots. The titles are going through the bank and all this crap. And so...
How is this? I still...
Yeah.
Like, I don't get... I hear stories like this
all the time, eh?
Yeah.
way too often.
Yeah.
How is it that you can... Now, I can understand you swing somebody, you sell them one car or one phone or something.
How do you swing financial institutions?
It ain't no swing. It's we figure we can get away with it. Ain't nobody... I get swing. I get swing, right?
How do you swing people and swing people by selling them a whole piece of land?
There's no repercussion for anybody.
Exactly.
So everyone
Slap
got
on
a
the
piece of the
wrist, just
pie.
pay their money
The
back.
developer got a piece of the pie. The crooked loan officer got a piece of the pie. The branch manager who had to approval got a piece of the pie.
Whoever.
Right? All of these little ministries and the government got a piece of the pie, and then only the landowners stuck with the problem.
Yes, and that's the issue. And I ask that because clearly there's a breakdown.
Yeah, they're huge.
Or there may be many breakdowns. That may not be the only one. And I want to get to the bottom of these breakdowns, to expose these things, to see how we can move forward and deal with them. So, actions. You discover this place here now. It's in the dump. There's a cold place. What was the first step once you discovered that?
I can interrupt you all before you get that. But just to say, but action. No, the subdivision issue, the reason we don't have no other neighbors is because I made sure they couldn't sell no more land until they get their stuff in order. So I just wanted to add
Awesome.
right? So it's like you doubling you
Yes.
doing other people's work.
But
And now we still back with this drama. But
And
anyway.
who do you go to get that done? So people can know if they find out what's
Well, I mean, I ain't gone through the back door, right?
Uh-huh.
But I didn't go through like the process because when I started going through the proper process, ain't nobody doing
They bogged
nothing.
you down in red
So
tape.
I went to people who I knew and I said, listen, this is the man, this is name, this is business license, this is what he's trading under. What he's doing is fraudulent, X, Y, and Z, and that's how we dealt with it. So he couldn't really sell no property. Even though town planning might have let it pass, he got himself in a jam after that. So that's really how we had to handle it.
Gotcha.
For me, we still paying property tax on that. That's one of the most frustrating things about it.
And we don't have the paved road.
This system is so. But sorry, go ahead. Don.
Anyway,
First
yeah,
step,
sorry.
yes. First
Okay.
step when you discover the bootleg plan.
So actions we took, we called the police a couple of times because, of course, they built a new plant. We called the police. They'll transfer you to the fire department. The fire department will ask you location. They will ask you if you want to give your name and number. I've given my name and number countless times. Kept going. I got frustrated.
Did the fire department actually come?
A couple of times they did.
Sometimes they don't, sometimes they do.
So
Depends on the weather.
the lot on the side of us, I tend to kind of keep clear, just so that we don't have that problem with like burglary, theft.
Yeah.
Prevention's better than cure.
Right.
One day, the guy that I got to come to clear the land for me, he had a big bulldozer. So I asked him if he could clear most of the area. He did clear a huge chunk of it. The
about an acre.
yeah. The operation's down again. Operation was down for some time. Then we started to smell the smoke again, but we couldn't figure out where it was coming from. just so happened, I think I was outside, saw the smoke coming from way over.
Yeah.
I had to go on Google Maps just to find out where the area
Try to
was.
figure out where that coming from. Yeah.
All right. So I tried to drive from the Lazarus roadside to
Lazaretta?
Lazaretta.
Lazarus.
They in the back of God box, so we might as well,
Exactly.
we might as well give us some characters.
to try to figure out where is it coming from because I need to get this problem stopped again.
Right.
Ended up going through the back of Excellence Gardens, that straight road. Once the road stops, there's a dirt road you have to take after that.
Where
And
people are also dumping illegally.
we won't even get into that. That's a different problem altogether. And then there is a small cut that you have to take, which is very tight. I believe some Haitians are squatting in the back there as well. And that's where they have the operation.
Yep.
Wow.
Huge operation. I've called the police.
And
multiple
what-
Man, they even have their
How
things
can
lock
you call the
up.
police?
They have little padlock on their little cupboard and all.
Yeah, all that in my YouTube video and the vlog.
Yeah, tell us what happens when you call the police, because I got one story about the police too. Go ahead.
When I call the police, depending,
Squatty.
you know, most people joke about the squatty video, but I get frustrated when I see that video
Okay,
because
we ain't mean to
for
run him off.
every time I've called the police, there is a minimum wait of 45 minutes to an hour.
Man,
Cause
stop
Squatty
it.
them busy.
Don't you exaggerate, man.
No, that's the
I'm not
truth.
exaggerating.
No,
45
yes.
minutes to an hour.
Not
It's be a
exaggerating.
while. No,
Not
for real.
exaggerating.
Some of them will tell you, first of all, they
No
ain't
car
come in.
available.
No, they don't even say no car available. They be like, okay, well, when you could come down here, just come and ask for so-and-so. Like, they ain't trying to come. Some of them will tell you that. But that's another story.
When they actually come, they survey it. Oh, wow, this is a big operation. This is illegal. Okay, we know that.
That's what the police said.
We know that.
Yes, right.
But what are we gonna do to stop it?
Exactly.
Right? I asked him if I need to come down to the station, fill out some forms. No, you don't need to do that. We can make a report. As far as I'm aware, there have been no reports by the police in terms of this.
Okay, so let me get this straight. In your area where you reside, there's an illegal coal operation that continues to move depending on whatever happens within the
Yes.
environment, right? So there's no physical brick and mortar building.
No.
They're thrashing and
Yep.
burning and
Correct.
creating coal, right?
Correct.
Which comes under the forestry department.
Correct.
Right?
We've already contacted them.
So-
They've probably been the most aggressive with a friend of ours who is into conservancy.
Mhm.
They've been the most helpful.
I know the forestry union,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so, but they are undermined, right?
Right.
The police is supposed to work along with them to help enforce, and they don't because the system is broken.
Right.
The people that operate this, are they Bahamians or do they come from the village that's around there?
We don't know. I mean, we know that most of the time it don't seem like they speak English. And I think Dawn has encountered one like translator person. So there's a mix.
Well,
There's a
that's-
mix. There's a mix. There's something there. Something going on.
That
I
was a
think-
very interesting day.
Yeah.
That's why we said it has to be something for someone else. Someone else probably higher.
There's
that's
somebody who
benefiting.
knows.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
I met that guy because that was one of those times where I was waiting in the back there. My wife had already called me. She said, "Don, you've been in the back there too long." I'm only sitting in my car at this point, right? With the front end face to the exit just in case. Guy comes up because the Haitians have already left the site. They saw me pull up. They gone.
They gone.
Okay,
Everything
so
just how they
my
was
good
working.
friend
in
Neely from immigration needs to go in the back there as well.
I agree.
How
Absolutely.
good of a friend that is.
He's actually my cousin. He's in charge. All the roadblocks you see immigration do early in the morning, he does it. I think you need to call that
I
department.
think you need to
That
tell him.
department.
Yeah, you need to.
And let them-
Can I get a direct line? Because we've
Yeah,
called.
we can. I mean, that's
But-
that's definitely what we need. We need that kind of help from people because when you go to
I'm
the
even asking
actual
who your
powers that
representative
be,
is. It don't make
like
no sense.
directly, there's all this
It don't make no
red
sense
tape.
asking who your representative is. It's the
No,
people's
because
time.
they can. Me and
Vaughn
Don can
Miller?
embarrass somebody. Don't go there.
Juan Miller?
One might as well keep with Alquitas or something. Stick with that.
Alquitas?
That's not the same. That's
Wow.
That's like putting two eggs in the same
Oh,
bowl.
that's-
God.
But that's the interesting thing about it.
Y'all have multi-department issues.
Yeah.
And and like,
Multiple departments.
And when did you start this process? Like, just to give an idea, how long it's been that you have actually
March.
been reaching out to people?
That was since March.
Okay, so you've been reaching out to people since March.
At least April.
Even
Dawn
before
started,
that,
but
because
he's been calling the police like actively every week since March.
And I think I heard, and you correct me if I'm wrong, but did the police say that you could, just go bulldoze it down?
Wasn't
like,
the police who it was?
Minister Ferrer told me in a meeting that I had with him after
Not the Minister for Environment, though.
Yeah, the minister.
after I had
he did his part. Well,
after I had the video
tried to help.
that everyone, thankfully, I still thank everyone who shared liked it, because that got
that really helped us get some help.
the best leeway, the best traction.
Okay.
He said I could bulldoze it. So
Yeah.
I've been trying to get something in writing from him or some email,
So he said
because
you could bulldoze
I
it.
said I could bulldoze
Yeah, because
it.
I mean, and in all fairness to him, he said to Dawn, basically, like, this is a hazard, this is a problem. But like, if you wanted to get rid of this, you should have done it, because I would have do it. It wasn't like,
And here's why I have a problem with that.
and I have a problem with it too, Greg.
Because that does remind
It
me
does.
of
I have a problem with
situation
it
I was
too.
in.
But with the limited information he had and whatever, he took a meeting with Dawn, and he tried to do whatever he could do in that moment. And now all the red tape to get what you need in writing and permission, that's the problem.
Here's why that's a bad idea.
And hang on, added to
Oh, sorry,
that,
go ahead.
what my issue is, because I would have bulldozed it from that day. My issue is the police are telling me if I bulldoze it, they will arrest me.
For what?
Daniela, good daddy.
Because
you understand?
because I will be trespassing on someone's property.
But nobody want to tell you who owned the property.
Someone's trespassing now.
This is why.
No, I ain't think they trespassing. That property, I how much you want bet they paying somebody rent
Right.
or something for
property.
that property, and
Right.
what I believe is going on is
That's not permitted or...
it's not permitted for that operation, but that person probably either has a lease for that land or they own the land and they're allowing those people there. Because I think
And that happens all the time.
that's what I believe it is. I doubt that they just gone there and squat on their own. Let me tell you why. You gonna have property and you see somebody come on your property making coal, and they selling this coal every roadside off Carmichael. They selling this coal, so they making money. They making hundreds or maybe thousands of dollars per, I guess, batch of coal. Somebody know what's going on. Somebody is being paid, and so they're not trespassing. They're using the land based on what they figure they have permission to do. We just know that it's illegal because it's not permitted for that kind of use in that area. But they ain't trespassing. Somebody collecting rent.
And as we got traction, I thought, okay, finally we're gonna get a solution. Department of Forestry, they gave them a bunch of red tape. So what was supposed to be 2 days turned into a week.
And Urban Renewal was trying.
And Urban Renewal was trying. So we had Urban Renewal and Department of Forestry, Miss Mackey from Urban Renewal, and
This woman was on a Saturday WhatsApp trying to help.
Oh, really?
you have to understand.
You understand?
And,
Like,
and,
she-
Shout out to
and
Miss
Danielle
Maki then,
from
'cause you don't get that
Oh,
often.
Yes.
yeah, Danielle, yeah.
and Danielle from Department of Forestry.
They were really trying.
The best. I think it was Tuesday that they came in the back there, because now Ministry of Environment wants to join in. All right, they're giving them more red tape. So a representative, Mr. Ryan, comes in the back there with the Department of Forestry, and he says, "Oh, this is a health hazard, not only for the people burning, but for the community. This is illegal. They clearly don't have a business license. We need to take this down immediately. Oh, but we need to truck it to the dump." I said, "No problem. How long is it going to take you all to get that?" They were telling me, "Oh, we got to fill out forms, all of that." I said, "No." I got on my phone with them right there. I said, "Okay, I have a friend of mine who was able to secure not only a tractor, but also the dump trucks. Gave me a price on the phone and everything."
Wow.
I said, "I will pay for it.
Wow.
They will be here tomorrow. Y'all just oversee it." The fella told me that he would have me arrested.
The fellow who came in that declared
See why I tell you, let's get mad.
that it was a health hazard, not only to the people that operate illegally, but to the community that it surrounds and affects, after you offer to help them out
And pay for it.
and pay for it.
Yeah, because we figured a
not
red
even
tape for the
arrest?
payment. Let's
'Cause
just pay
see,
for it.
the problem is my daughter's back in town. She's been away majority of the summer. I don't have time for her to get sick again, to have to start the whole treatment process again, send her back out of the country. They don't understand how this affects people, but they're home sleeping comfortably at night. I don't sleep at night. I don't sleep at night knowing when my house is locked up, my windows are closed, my air conditions are on, the industrial air purifiers, which you cannot buy from Kelly's, which they charge you extra for if you try to bring them in with customs, are on in the house. And they have to be on.
You still have hope? You see why I say I don't have hope?
Yesterday at the town meeting for Tall Pines, they had the director of environmental health there, Miss McKinsey.
And the director or the acting director for the Department of Health from the Ministry of Health. So
they
had
could
both of
tell
them,
me
yeah.
she was sick, right? You sick, that's fine, right? But she made an effort to come out. Kudos to her for that, right? Because they wanted to talk to Tall Pines about the dump. So when my wife got up, because their conversation had already frustrated me. My wife got up, she explained the situation to them. I explained the fact that they wanted to try to arrest me. She says they are aware of my situation, and they're going to have another meeting on Monday.
What is it?
You know, and I lost it. But anyway, see, I can't talk about this foolishness.
I say this all the time. These people don't care, you know.
Well,
No,
I
they
know
don't.
that. And the thing is, I recognized that a long time ago, right? And I also, to some degree, I also don't feel like people owe me that. And I mean, people might think maybe they should or maybe they shouldn't, or their government, whatever. I don't know. I don't really have strong feelings either way. You don't got to care, right? But
No,
here's the thing.
I think you do have to care.
You have to take responsibility.
Exactly.
That too.
You see what I'm saying? Every month, Don gets a standing order of money taken out of his bank account to pay for real property tax. So my real estate, I'm paying tax to the government to provide me a couple of things. Safety, right? An environment that is healthy, some roads, some water, some infrastructure. You can deal with this stupid issue in the back. You get in your real property tax. We have business, you pay VAT. You pay your business license fee. You pay customs. You're doing all of this as a good Bahamian, law-abiding, and people can't take responsibility. You don't got to care. But take responsibility. Don't tell me you have no report on your desk.
But that's the thing. You can't separate them. If you don't care, then you ain't gonna take responsibility.
Greg, I don't agree with that. But that's another conversation. Because honestly, there's a lot of things that I do in my professional life. I don't really care to a certain degree, but plenty of things when it comes to business. But I take my responsibility serious because I understand
Because you
people
care.
have
You care about the macro.
the macro.
so-
Yes. Okay.
And so
I got you.
you take responsibility because you're looking at the big picture.
Yeah, they ain't
So
gotta
this
care
ain't
about the
worded,
small
So
picture.
let me take this responsibility.
So they don't care about none, the small or
But
the big.
it's going to need to be worded for them because I'll give you another example. At the town hall meeting, right, Tall Pines minister said I would be getting a phone
Minister
call.
or MP?
MP.
MP, okay.
MP. He's the deputy
Whatever.
speaker.
Whatever.
Just
Right.
because you know the minister different, so we just want to make sure we
I don't even care no more.
know who it
It's
is.
what,
He's
as far as
just
I'm
so petty.
concerned, all
Whatever.
of them to me are whatever.
Right.
Oh,
Well,
Lord.
I've been feeling like that. Welcome to
I
the
was
club.
supposed to get a phone call today.
They can go. Oh, we can call
Thank
you
God
all
I didn't
today.
hold my breath.
Or
I still
everybody
waiting on
shake
that
your hand.
promise he made
We
to,
can call
he
you all
made to the
today.
people.
We can this, that. Okay.
He made a promise that I'm gonna call the Minister of National Security. I'm gonna call him personally.
To do what?
You sound like
To
a
do
politician
what?
just now.
No, because that was him. That was him at the meeting.
I mean, you put on your politician voice. I'm going to call the minister of national
That's how they
security.
carry
That's how
on.
they carry on. And the thing is, I know I wasn't gonna get a phone call. I know that because I don't have any good expectations out of any MP. I don't at this point.
That's sad.
And it's sad, and I guess to the conversation that really we're having is why is that the case? Like, why is that? And this is the thing. This meeting last night, he said a couple times when people was asking him some questions, you know, we're trying to work with you guys. This is why we're here. Blah blah blah. We've only been in for 3
This
months,
is priceless.
right? So here's the thing. Okay, yeah, you've been in power for 3 months. You have two directors sitting next to you. If you're a director in the public service, anybody
for
know
this
what I mean? You've
punchline.
been in the service for years. So somebody asks them, well, how long have you been a director in the Ministry of Health or wherever
The
she was?
environmental health, yes.
So we paused a little bit. We was a little quiet. She looked like she didn't know how to answer that. 38 years.
What?
So here's the thing. These issues been in our community for years, not 38 years. But I mean, y'all still in charge. Y'all been in charge and ain't doing nothing.
And that's the great illusion. And
You
that's why
understand?
people get swing every election.
Exactly. So they talking about 5-year plan, long-term plan for the dump and this, that, and the next. Every year we can have a 5-year plan on how to deal with the dump. Every year. And the same people in charge for, like, in her case, 38 years. What are y'all doing?
Collecting my check.
I just get
That's what
mad,
I show them the way
Greg.
for-
That's
I-
why I don't have
Insurance-
one.
listen,
This is the first time I really ever speak out about this because I just run on.
You should be mad because if you have a serious health issue like that, that's affecting your child or children, and no one seems to care. The people that are in charge and are responsible are paid to deal with these sorts of issues. If they are not doing that, you should be upset.
They having a meeting
on Monday.
They having a meeting.
There's another meeting. Someone's gonna
So,
send another email.
so a lot of talk and no action.
Exactly.
From what I heard, simply, from what you guys described, the land developer needs to go to jail.
Somebody.
Whoever owns the land for
The operation needs to be rated with the police and immigration, right? You have a legal worker, say you have a legal operation going on, and whoever owns the title of that land, which is public record that can be searched, and you need to search it and embarrass them.
Been there, done that.
You-
It's
and-
lot.
but you know what the
It's
bad-
lot number 707 on the grid.
The
So
bad
if
part
anybody
about that
watching
is,
this that know that is 707 on the
look
grid,
at
you
who
can find me the
owns-
assessment number.
A lot of times, who owns these properties are these big time
Yeah, they family, they political
connected
families.
people, and that's why you don't
Yeah.
see anything get done about it.
The same people who probably own some of the buildings that government rent from, the same people that own all these taxi and franchises and benefit for decades off the government, and they can't be touched.
And let me tell you, when you talk
Break the
about
wheel.
that, it's a touchy thing for me, right? Because I have family connections on both sides that are kind of like in this category of deconnected, right?
You got people? I need something to get pushed through.
Listen, and the thing is,
Sorry, Dawn. Sorry. Sorry.
hold on.
Not one of them have lifted a finger.
No, that isn't true, Don. Hold on. Not you.
No,
I know what
I'm
you
not-
mean.
I'm not talking about those, but that one.
Okay.
But we talking about the ones who
There are some who haven't.
could have made a phone call or tapped somebody
Right.
today.
Because they sit in their house every evening. But
and had
anyway.
that cleared. No
So
problem.
we do have family members who have done, I have one auntie in particular. She, even up to last week, Friday, she's like, Rhea, like we was at the happy hour, I think. And she's like, listen, she called me, she said, Rhea, we can deal with this, She said, don't be discouraged, because I was like, I'm so tired of this. And she said, everybody who this woman could call, she's be calling and setting up meetings for Dawn. She can't do it, but she knows how to reach people. She's setting up the meeting. She telling Dawn, call this person, see if so-and-so could help you. But what I was really pointing to was how we live in this small, close-knit community, and like I say, we're both in situations where we have like family connections or whatever, right? And you find that you'll have like one half of them who want to tell you, don't do this, don't say that, don't push the envelope. Daniela calling her daddy. Don't
The boss calls.
like they don't want
God,
you
man, that's what she said.
they don't want you to quote unquote, I guess, embarrass anybody because they know that that's their friend or that's their people. And I wonder,
They're a part of the problem.
yeah, exactly. And then I wonder, right? And I just get upset because I'm like, y'all so love Daniela, everybody so love her, right? But y'all think it's okay for us to just sit back and be quiet and be sheepish and don't say nothing when we haven't done anything wrong, and these people do need to be called out.
Yes.
And maybe it's because some of them are benefiting. Maybe it's because, like they really know.
Encouraging you
Because it's a benefit for them, but then that also speaks to the fact that what was Greg was saying, people don't care. Not just the politicians, but a lot of times our own, but they don't care.
Yeah.
They
If it
literally don't
affect
care.
them, if it don't affect them, they don't ever care.
No.
What's the name of the title?
What the hell?
It's 707 on the government's mapping grid.
Right. And there's no way to find out
So
who.
go to
I'm
that
sure there's
section.
a way. We just got to
I've
figure it out.
I've been trying.
From Lands and Survey, no one can tell you who owned the
I'm
title?
still trying. I'm still trying. That's how I found out the number, 707.
This is crazy.
I'm still trying.
Child.
Any
Because the minute you find out that name, every single from your blog, your documentary, everything
Mhm.
needs to be put into one huge
Oh,
thing
no
and
doubt.
just shine a light on it.
No doubt.
And then the thing is, too, would it also be discouraging? Like me and Dawn know people, like I'm saying, like I have my aunt who's been so helpful.
Right.
People even like y'all who will get the word out and give us an opportunity to say things or whatever. We have access to that. There's so many Bahamians that don't have that access at all.
Exactly.
And they going through struggles or they
Yeah.
going through unfair
Right.
situations, and it's like they mightn't have nobody to get them a meeting with the minister.
Right.
You know what I mean? We have actually an attorney who has reached out to us and who said, listen, if this don't get resolved by a certain time, I can
sue
do
them.
this for y'all pro bono.
He's willing to help us. pro
Right?
bono.
But not everybody have that. Why
Is he a
should
QC?
we be in this
Is he
position?
a certain QC?
No.
No.
Dang it.
No.
But
Why
imagine
should we
y'all-
be in this position?
You'll have these connections
you
and
really-
still
you
it
really think
isn't
a QC can
resolved.
help?
Exactly. So imagine those who don't have no
You
help.
like to
And
sue the government.
what they must do, just be hopeless for the rest of their life?
And that's what, unfortunately, that's what tends to happen. People just lose hope and then they just become apathetic. Like they don't care
Exactly.
anymore. And I think that's where the position we
That's
in
where a
now
lot
in this
of us
country.
are.
We just don't care anymore because we feel so hopeless, feel like it's nothing we can do, so why waste your time? And that's an unfortunate
Exactly.
thing to be
That's how I feel a lot.
in. And you have means.
That's
So
how I feel a
imagine.
lot. And especially because we have means. I always tell Dawn and I are both professionals. We earn professional salaries. Like we do well, right? But as well as you would consider us to do, the cost of living is so high. The kind of decisions that we have to make when you think about schools for our daughter and all that stuff, you still playing this game of can I not? Can I not?
It's
And
not
it's really
well enough.
yeah, and it's
For the
really, really
level of-
disheartening,
you have to
you know?
level.
And I mean, like, with the business and the level of business and stuff that I do, my earning potential is good. But let me tell y'all, Dawn could speak to this. You know when I make the most money? When I connect myself to the players in the industry that are white. Dawn could tell you. I'll put in a bid for work in some of the gated communities, and they'll never call me, never email me. Let's say I tell them $10,000 to do something. There'll be an architect or a manager or whoever will call me, and they say, Rhea, we need some help with this, that, and the next. I told them I have somebody do it. You think $15,000 is good enough? And I'll say, yeah, okay. And then they can put their markup on my 15. Mind you, this is the same job. I would have quoted for 10. And the next day you get the email, okay, we're going to send a deposit. Let's get started. And so we live in this. Like we experience this.
Now let me.
Dawn could tell you stories about his kind of work too.
Trust me, I believe you. But do you think it's solely because the person is white, or maybe because of the relationships they have and the position that they are in?
Yes,
that they can
the
get
relationships
things
are
through?
very
So-
important, but they get there's a lot of layers. I don't even know if we have the time for that. The relationship is important, but even the way the relationships start and the level of trust that they put in each other, as opposed to a little Bahamian black girl, is different. You know.
Yeah, and plus you're a woman, so you got a couple negatives.
So yeah,
against
so but I only said all of that to
Bahamian,
say,
black
woman. I say all that to say it's very discouraging
What's your last
to
name?
see that.
Which
Yeah.
farm do you? Oh,
Ain't none. You working, you doing your best to move ahead, and I mean we ain't complaining. We ain't, like I say, I don't feel like nobody owe me nothing.
but y'all got robbed.
But at the same time,
Still getting
This is
to be
this is
going
a
through
heist.
this
This is a heist.
in
Your
our
government
own
is
country,
robbing
and to
you.
always be like second in line for whatever's going on, is really discouraging.
And we shoot ourselves in the foot.
It's discouraging.
An example is a couple of examples. We had these doors we wanted to put in. Then the fellow only had to put in the screen that was left. Disappeared. Gone. That's it.
We also had the same problem with the deck.
We're trying to put in this deck because we have a drop off in our backyard. We're trying to put in this deck. The guy formed it. That's it.
And then, like, he had to eat all the fill,
pay
everything
him
was
in full, like?
provided.
No.
Oh,
But it's like they won't work, but they ain't won't work because you would have come back and finish.
he
And
ain't
so
run out
the-
of money yet.
He ain't have to pay for nothing.
No, I mean.
We bought all the materials was
no, I mean,
on us.
People is come to do the work when they broke.
I
they
guess.
need money right then to do
So that
something.
couple
they
dollars.
do the job.
Yeah,
Yes.
But see,
He ain't run out of money yet. He ain't drink all his money out
Must
yet.
be.
no.
I don't know.
But see, every now and then you'll get a glimpse of hope. I have a landscaper.
Real sucker teeth.
I tell you, but my hope's so gone.
I have a landscaper. Now I've been through many landscapers, but I'm never giving up mine. I don't call him.
He's come.
Show up to my house. So one day when I'm about to hop in the car, kiss my wife and daughter, bye, we going our separate ways now to work in school. He's already weeding the yard.
Because that yard is be weedy.
I got him. You all live in the bush.
No, but I mean, it's just, I guess all of this is just an illustration of the fact that we often are very discouraged by the fact that we live in a place where no matter how hard you try to do things above board and do things the right way, you just always like in this struggle of, if I'm going to ever get past this problem, either one, I got to pay somebody behind the door, what you call it, to the back door, or under the table.
Yep.
I got to cry and complain or go to one of my friends and ask for a favor, or
you gotta.
I got to be on Facebook acting stupid to get someone's attention.
You got to shame, and I think Keitra made a suggestion of possibly like sending your story to someone like BuzzFeed or some international group.
I've had a couple people say that to us.
Yeah, because the government here seems to take action when you shame them internationally.
Yeah. And then when you do that, why would you do that? Why would you do that to your country? It's such a country.
You know, it's a tourist nation. You're trying to stop the people from wanting to come here. Well,
do your job.
Exactly. And this is a reality. So if you have the smoke, where the smoke blows a lot of the time, right there over that big abandoned place out Cable Beach called Bahama.
Yeah, Bahama, exactly.
Hey, it's open, guy.
Okay, if you say
the minute administration is hoping that the job numbers go up.
If you say so, boss.
So the fake opening is open and they're waiting on more jobs.
Yes.
Anyway.
The real star reach.
Yeah, the star for the show.
Yes.
Sure, listen.
So Don, I'm actually interested in about what happened at this town meeting. Were your issue, did you? Well, I'm sure you brought your issue up. What did they say to you exactly when you approached them with this concern?
That they're gonna have a meeting again on Monday.
That's it.
Yeah. We asked them because she told us that the power that she has is only to be able to sue the landowner.
She's a director of what?
That she can
environmental
call
health.
The police. Okay.
Housing and environmental health.
We asked her if she could call the police tonight or call the police in the morning. That's when we got, we're gonna call the Minister of National Security. I've already called the police. They've been in the back there. I have videos where the police have been in the back there and done absolutely nothing. I've had the fire department in the back there, and the fire department was astonished. They were trying to figure how did someone allow them to do this in the back there.
But who's responsible for stopping this illegal operation?
The police, forestry.
You sure?
Yes.
Listen, I did a whole PSA with forestry. This falls under their jurisdiction.
Yes.
But they're undermined. The police doesn't help them. They'll find any little loophole to get out of working. Oh, that's a domestic dispute. You know, we don't get into those.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like something civil. You know, we don't get into that. Oh, yo, this your brother, man. You could talk to him, man. He could give you back that $5,000 that he owed you, that he stole from you. It's criminal, but that's your brother.
To me, this is why whenever something happens in the country, right? I don't want to say certain things for this little one, but whenever certain things happen in the country, they go on the news and they ask, we need the public's assistance. Why do you want me to assist you when you don't assist me and I'm a good citizen?
Well, let me tell you about this assistance, right? Here's my story with the police. Okay. There was a time, this years ago.
Squatty.
Listen, say squatty. Listen, so it was an incident at my house, and somehow as a result, the back glass of my girlfriend's car at the time got broken out.
Greg, you had the girls fighting over you?
No. Nothing like that. It wasn't, no, nothing like that. Family issue.
Okay.
They just see the car there, someone throw block through the car. Right. It was a dispute me and my brother had over there. And apparently it was one of his friends. He know who do it. So I got the person's information, got where they live, went to the police, filed a report. You know what the police could tell me? You can't bring him in here. So I'm like,
hold on.
You must bring him in?
Hold on. Wait. Hold on.
Real talk.
Hold on. You did all the work for them. You
Real
gave
talk.
them what his pay was.
I got the information.
Oh my God.
Take it to the police. Say this is the person's name. This is where they live. This is what happened. Bam. They asked me if I could bring the person in. So must go play Super Cop
And
go get the person
put yourself in
that
risk.
break out the glass of the car.
Wow.
The police thought that this was good information to give to me. You go and apprehend the criminal and bring him to us, please.
Yes, please.
I'll call Crime Stoppers.
So I feel like I should have asked for their salary for the month.
328
Because
tips.
I am doing their job. But these are the kind of things that happen. That's why when I heard they say, well, you know, you could go bulldoze it, I'm like, this is bad information. Don should not have to go and bulldoze a property because one, suppose
Without the proper permit or authorization.
exactly. He ain't even suppose he go on there bulldozing the people things and they come out they want to fight or they got gun.
Yeah.
And that's my concern. That was my concern because Don went on. You see, when you see him run out and he ready, he would have been in the back there with a bulldozer before I even knew, right? And I know Don is the type of person, when he make up his mind, he's pulled the trigger. So I had to tell him, I said, listen, we got a little 3-year-old. I don't want you getting no problems. Yes, you're not wrong for feeling how you feel and maybe even taking action that in your mind is going to protect her.
Right.
But it's only going to put us at a disadvantage after the fact because clearly these people ain't doing what they're supposed to do. And I don't want you to end up in no problems. You know what I mean? That's the only reason that it wasn't done because like he'd done call the bulldozer and people had the number, find out how much it cost, and he's like, all right, I can let you know when we could go in the back. Then he was like getting Trevor and they was going to go do it the next day. You know?
That's dangerous.
Thank goodness it didn't happen, especially now that we understand one person tell us one thing and someone else tell us something else. But it shouldn't have to be this way. You know, I just know that we just living in a place where.
Do you know? Sorry to.
No, go ahead.
Do you know the exact statute that they're breaking?
I have no
Exact
idea.
statute, no, but that's easy for me to find out.
Whoever the contact is at environmental health, whatever that statute is, what I would have done, get one of my boys scouts a drone, fly that sucker over there, record them doing it, and then forcibly to take
Remember
action.
not
Don't say
not a
nothing.
magic one.
Don't say nothing.
Did
Don't
you
say nothing.
You have video evidence
No,
of
no,
them
no, no,
doing
no.
this?
Hold on. I know. Let me tell you why he ain't gonna say nothing. He ain't gonna say nothing. No, I know. Let me tell you why he ain't gonna say nothing, my good fellows, right? Because he ain't gonna say nothing. But let me just put it like this. Because if he started to say it, he gonna run extra hard. Because this has been a problem.
Oh my
Don, let me put it like this. Don and I.
Say this then, and they'll call in the names.
No, Don and I have again tried to be good Bahamians. We have given our time. We've given our time and some dollars to some community initiatives, and we reached out and we said, "Listen, you're in our community. We need your drone." Well, we didn't reach out. Don reached out. We need you to come. Yeah. But you know. You ask them once, twice, 3 times, and you never hear from them. They too busy now. Dawn.
Oh, I know you mean that.
Right? So,
Really?
that's
I know
why
what
when
you
he
mean.
talked about the drone thing,
Yeah.
I'm like, let's not go there. Because it's again, you know, these people could find you when it's
I see Jay
time.
light up. Jay know who that is too.
When it's time for you to jump on their bandwagon and you feel like, my thing is, okay, you're doing something for the community. Every child in this community that you help is one less child that either going to be begging or stealing. You know what I mean? And I could have Daniela grow up in a safe community. Let me contribute to your cause. Yeah.
No.
But here it is. My child.
No.
Serious.
You just
2 meats?
Serious.
2 meats?
Who's 2 meats?
Senator?
No, not that
Hey.
meat.
Not that one.
Not that
No.
meat.
but that's his bits.
The next senator.
The next senator.
2 meats.
Oh, I can put him on blast
The
tomorrow.
next senator.
2 meats.
Would you like the screenshots of the conversation?
No,
Please.
we don't need
Please.
that. Oh, Jesus.
Please.
But you can give us a gist.
See, no? We have a job to do tomorrow morning.
But go ahead.
Why I get so frustrated about this is
The struggle is real.
when I posted that YouTube video to Facebook, the comments, there's a reason why I didn't reply to those comments. Every comment.
But yeah, and I
is,
stay off of Facebook.
you should hire a water truck and now that. I had to fight about
Why don't you call the police? Why don't you go to the Minister of Environment? Why don't you go to the news? Why don't you call Urban Renewal? Why don't you call Arca Michael? Why don't you call Grammy? Why don't you call your uncle? Why don't? And I'm like, what y'all think?
I've been down the list.
Yeah.
Did you listen to the video?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that
I've been
just
down
goes
the list.
That just goes to show you people don't pay attention. They clearly didn't watch the entire video if they were making these suggestions.
And let me tell you, I even had somebody say to me that y'all need to move. Y'all need to move out east. Y'all shouldn't be living out there. Now let me say this. John and I actually last year, was it last year or this year?
Last year.
The end of last year.
End of last year.
This was the dump issue. This wasn't even so much the coal. We was like, you know what? We move in. We went, we look at the house and everything. Mm-hmm. We done call the bank. We was getting ready like, you know what? We can move because we need to go in a different neighborhood where we ain't got to worry about this. Daniela could be safe or whatever. But you know what the conversation turned into after we started to look at the options? Yeah, we could afford it. Yeah, we could do it. But do we want to tie ourselves to another 20-something year mortgage in this? You can't Christ on this say.
Yes, man.
This shithole of a country. My daughter having her headphones. Don't worry. Y'all don't judge me.
Exactly.
Right? Like, is that what we really want to set ourselves up for? Because if we do that, then does that limit our ability to do some other things to create maybe some wealth for Daniela to have some hope? Yep. Do we want to tie ourselves to that and then tie yourself to this mortgage, and then you might have to be tying yourself to a job or a situation you don't want to? And so really that's why we didn't do it. Mm-hmm. But I mean, people say that, and then the other thing was, okay, we could still do that, and then why don't we sell this place? Because this is an income property that we have. So we were like, okay, we didn't want to sell it. We always thought it's a good idea to keep it because we have a child, right? So we were like, okay, maybe we could do it if we sell the place. It makes sense, right? Makes sense. But then, first of all, nothing selling in the Bahamas. And in Nassau, I take that back. In the median, in the middle class.
You don't have that. You don't have the right property, darling.
Right in the middle. Thank you. In the middle class, nothing selling. Right. It's the barriers to entry, I guess you want to call it, so high. On top of that, we are in a community where there's an environmental problem. So your property is not going to be easy to sell in the first place.
Lost value.
I say everybody who live in that area gets swing. Jubilee Gardens, Victoria Gardens, all in that Tall Pines area, they get swing.
And the thing is, where I live, and I mean, like, I've had comments. A person tell me we need to move, we shouldn't live there. Someone tell me, why would you buy a piece of property there? If you see where my property is, Greg, my property ain't nowhere close to none of that. But it's just that these people set up shop where they set up shop.
But that's made me so mad, right? All these freaking Monday morning quarterbacks, right?
Experts.
All these people who operating with hindsight, right? Of course, hindsight is 20/20. So after the fact, you could come and tell me, oh, well, why you do that? Listen, Facebook ain't the place to get these kind of things from.
I just stay away.
Got the answers on Facebook.
And I see it and I don't say nothing.
That's why I don't reply to the comments. Yeah. I think I only replied to one. Someone that said, go and find why didn't you contact your MP? I told them, when you find my MP, let them know.
No, I can't find my MP. I stay away from it for the.
You mean it ain't the people's time, dog?
I don't know. The woman to the town meeting last night, she say, what did she tell him? Say, I know who people time it is, but it's our time. That's an older lady. This older lady, listen, she's had 4 sinus surgeries. She now has cancer. And all her grandchildren have respiratory problems. So she was talking about that, and she was like, before you, whatever, tell me about your 3 months in power. I don't want to hear that. She said, because I ain't worrying about who people's time. All I know is it's our time.
Mm-hmm. Only MPs, the ministers move, the government, the institution of the
They've
government.
Been there.
Still there.
Yep.
But this is what we said when the woman say 38 years. She been there for 38 years.
38 years.
So you can't blame that on no. You can't blame that on no F&M or PLP.
She did time.
Well, you can blame both.
Well, you do blame both. I guess that's the best way to say it.
And that's why I tell people all the time. Listen, y'all keep getting swing. Y'all keep voting for the same people over
foolishness
and over and expecting something different.
Same devil, different soup.
It don't make.
You know what I thought about the other day, Greg? I remember when it was the election and you had discussions about voting. Mm-hmm. And I remember sitting down, must say last week, and I remember saying to myself, if you want to have a voice, they said vote. Mm-hmm. Vote, they said. Mm-hmm. So what happened to the people who vote and going through something like this? What was the point?
It's a swing.
Right? No, I agree with you, but I thought about that and I was laughing. I say, boy. But people don't want to hear that because they can come up with their rhetoric as to why that isn't the case.
It's a swing. And what kills me is intelligent people have convinced themselves that this is their ultimate voice by marking an X to put somebody else in power.
I give you a high five for that.
And this is, I don't understand how intelligent, right-thinking individuals
I wonder too, but you know.
could convince themselves of such nonsense.
I hope they see that it's not the case. And I guess maybe two people's experiences would guide them more than... Because a lot of times, a lot of us don't speak from experience, right? We speak or we operate from what we were taught or what we see around us. So I think sometimes it really takes people's experience for them to realize, boy, I vote, I go on every rally, I do X, Y, and Z, and I still stuck. I still can't get nobody to do what it is they're supposed to be doing, even though I was standing for them. You know what I mean? But because some people ain't never been through that, they know no better. They convinced that what they saying or what they believe is the truth, and that's that.
Well, people say they want better, but they'd want better without changing anything.
Exactly.
So
that's why the most of the educated people were the ones that commented with the stupidest comments.
they really don't want anything. And people are afraid of change. And I hate that saying. I just heard someone say it yesterday. Say the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know. And that is...
That's not a good idea.
You would be surprised how many people repeat that nonsense.
I don't think that, well, you know.
And that's what people, they are they're like, well,
That's
at least
comfort.
I know.
I comfortable.
Yeah, I okay with this, but I don't know about this next person. But I sure about this one. Yeah, he may teeth a little bit. He may not come around after election, but I know he ain't gonna come around and he can teeth a little bit. This person, I don't know. I don't want to take chance with that.
I'd rather just let him
I'd
teeth.
rather this one who can teeth a little bit and don't come after election because I know what I'm getting from him.
I know that one about to take 20 million.
Yeah, at
We
least.
know we can take 20
At
million.
least. You understand?
Or 7.
Yeah, but at least he give me a couple straight and some rum before election. And this is how people vote.
That's
This is how they
unfortunate.
rationalize these things. And this is why I tell you, I don't have much. Ray, you say you got how much? 4%?
I had 5%, but that really for Daniela. I try and like mentally, in my heart it ain't there, but mentally I try to keep it for her sake. But it ain't there.
I'll be honest with you. I don't have no hope in these people. However, that does not stop or discourage me from doing what I feel is necessary to get it to a certain place.
Exactly.
Now, do I believe it's going to happen? Is a different story. Because I honest, right? I am aware of people, especially this last election cycle and referendum and all them things showed me exactly where we are as a country.
Yep.
And I don't have hope in us getting to where I feel we could be because of our mentality, our mindset, our cultures and traditions that we continue to repeat. There's no way we're going to get to that place. And this is why things like what's happening to you all continue to happen.
Yep.
Because we're stuck in that same place and in the same mentality.
Correct.
Why I
Used to
keep
abuse.
fighting.
We used to abuse.
Yes, we
I'd
used
say like
to
bad
abuse.
treatment.
We like it, love it.
Love it.
That's all we know.
Me and my friends say man like bad treatment. So I guess,
Man?
yeah, we always just crack that joke.
It's a group of women. Just let it go.
Boy, I ain't going to say nothing.
Leave
That's
it.
No.
Leave it.
Listen, it's not like we.
Let
it's
us
our
slide
joke.
with that
It's
one.
our joke. Yeah, like it's a little joke. It ain't.
you gotta
Lord.
break down that joke for me, Ria.
It's just a little joke, man. It ain't no serious bad treatment. We don't treat our men bad. That's our joke, right? But anyway, jeez, look how personal y'all take that. No, but I guess Bahamians like bad treatment, is what you're saying.
In a lot of cases, it's all they know. Because we raise people in abusive households. We abuse our children, whether it be verbally, physically. This is our culture.
Right.
And so a lot of people, this is all they know.
Right.
This is what
Just
they're
take it.
used to.
Just take it.
And yeah, grit your teeth and bear it.
You know, I had another person also, seems like it's a fake profile because there's no picture, one strange name. And you know how they do the trolls, right? Or they hiding.
Goddamn. Okay.
And no, they commented on something you posted. And so they made this, I barely could understand what they were saying, but because their grammar was horrible. But what they were basically saying is like, oh, when you do things for Facebook or you do things for show, like that's not good or whatever, but if you do things for your heart, like basically like you shouldn't be talking about this here and you shouldn't be like posting.
You do things for Facebook.
And for show, it make like it you have
You're trying
bad
to say
intention.
you're looking for attention.
Right.
So you created this entire problem.
No. They just figure
They only
you
looking
go
for
somewhere in the
attention.
closet and go deal with that.
Bang.
Don't come.
You doing it for
And I
attention.
think that it's a fake profile because I believe really and truly when I just look at that comment, it seems like I'll show it to Don and I think he might pick up as well. Like I almost feel like I know who it is, right? Because there are people in our lives who believe Now they be on Facebook all day. They
what you said,
active.
I
You
know
go on their
that.
messenger, they active, right? They active. They on Facebook. They
Just
ain't
what you said,
posting
I know
29
that.
years. So because that's the personality that they have, I guess they believe that anything that you go through, and if you share it publicly, or especially if you share it on social media, that you must be doing it for attention. And so yes, you're doing it for attention, but not self-serving attention,
Right,
like to
right.
stroke your ego,
Right.
for attention from those that can do something to help you.
Exactly.
And you have a lot of people who try to tell us that. You have also, like, you'll see adults also who say, don't complain.
Yep.
Or like even like my Grammy, them they have that era where you know you don't complain about certain things, or don't
You protect
don't
the
say that.
family and
Yeah,
that's
you
Why
don't say
slavery
this.
lasted so long.
You know, you don't do this, and I think that's a part of too where that comes from, where you just take it, right? Oh, don't do that. You don't do
shame the
that.
family.
Yeah.
And plenty of people going through abuse, sexual
Don't-
abuse, all kind of stuff.
Of
and
course,
they
you
keep
see
it
the
in.
you see the statistics
Yes.
that people report, and so imagine what ain't being reported. But they tell you, oh, you don't say that, or you don't do that. You just suffer through it, dread.
That's why I say all the time, Bahamians, we will wash our car every day. But ain't no engine in the car.
No,
No.
So once this car look good because we already
Fresh up.
cleaning it. But under the hood,
ain't nothing.
ain't nothing there.
That's,
We just
that's,
want the car
that,
be clean.
Listen, Greg.
We just want the car to be clean. And this
Greg,
is why we try
that
to
goes
cover.
far.
Trust me, people just cover things up and don't deal with the real issue.
Boy, listen. Anyway,
That's what we do in this country, unfortunately.
Interesting.
And I don't know, well, when it comes to your issue specifically, I don't even know what steps to take, because I'm sure y'all already taken all of the steps.
well, now
that
we
you
call
should.
it immigration.
Uh-huh.
What else?
I,
it was?
I would
The land.
I would go.
Hey guys, sorry about that. Unfortunately, due to Facebook's new time limit, the video got cut off, but you can catch the entire episode at soundcloud.com/goundertherug. That's soundcloud.com/goundertherug. You can catch the entire episode and all of the other episodes that we've done so far. Thanks.